Yo, what is happening, guys? This is a video I wanted to do for a long time. So in this video I will be presenting females who are very strong or very impressive with their size. I know a lot of others who have done similar videos, but I just want to remind that I will be only focusing on females who have competed in the women's bodybuilding. I've been following female bodybuilding for about 20 years, and I have always admired very strong and muscular females. And I just want to explain a few things before we move on. So, usually strength is measured by three main lifts. It could be a press, overhead press, incline press, or a bench press, squat, and deadlift. And I will be including females who have done or are very strong in these lifts, and a few other competitors who maybe not so strong in these lifts but very strong in other aspects. And heavy max strength training is not a mandatory for female bodybuilders. You can still get very good muscular size without maxing out, or possibly even including some of these movements in the training program. But I do believe that it's a good benefit to include all these three main exercises into your training program. But everyone has their own style, and some people like to be strong and some people just like to be healthy and lift weights in a healthy way. So anyway, I wanted to include Andrea Shaw and Nataliya Korableva, who are both very impressive competitors and known also for their strength. Very strong competitors. And it's interesting to see different competitors build different kind of physiques. But now we move on to the list. So I wanted to include Rivieccio into this because she has been competing in weightlifting and powerlifting, and I've always been a big fan of her physique. I really like her structure. She always had that strong, very strong looking structure, and I think her physique was very balanced. She had big legs, big upper body, and it's also nice to see that not all female competitors take implants. Nothing against it, but still it's also good to see some women without them and just having big massive pecs. So here she's competing at the Arnold Classic 2007, and in the 14th place we have Alena Popa. She's also known for her amazing physique and strength. Some people even say that during her prep she was even lifting same kind of weights that male competitors used to lift, which is very impressive, and I think that also explains her amazing physique and structure. Like I know there's a saying that if you want big muscles you need to lift to big weights, and I kind of agree with that, to be honest. But Alena here, definitely one of the greatest competitors, and I think she should have been at least once Miss Olympia. 13th place we have Colette Guimond, and I've seen her doing some really crazy things as well, and she is absolutely massive. I think her genetics are really built for bodybuilding, or even a powerlifter. I think she could have been a really good powerlifter. This is one of her contests, and I would say this is not her best shape. I've seen her better shape. I believe that this is one of her last shows she did. But regardless, She has amazing muscle mass and structure. Very strong looking person. I really know a strong person when I see one. So here in 12th place we have Aleesha Aukland, who competed in powerlifting before she came into bodybuilding. And in my opinion, she was very underrated female bodybuilding. Like, look at her physique, very impressive. She came in 3rd place at this show. This was 2008 Miss Olympia. And I know some people was even saying that she should have won. And I really feel bad for her because there was many times she came into the show bringing her best physique and she was like, they gave her the 3rd place, even though she deserved to be in the 1st. And I've heard and seen Aleesha lifting very impressive weights, and she's very familiar with squatting, benching and deadlifting. And you can tell that from her physique, like very well built, very balanced physique. And I'm a big fan of her physique, to be honest. I think this is a good example of female bodybuilding. Very beautiful. And great posing too. Not to mention that Aleesha is in her 50s, age of 50 in this show, so that is very impressive. What do you guys think about her physique? I've always been a big fan of her. So 11th place we have Envall from Australia, who is also a very underrated female bodybuilder. And you can see just her size, impressive, very very impressive, like crazy. And I know she trains like a monster, seriously. I'm not kidding, like this woman trains really really hard. She's also a nutritionist and a personal trainer, so she knows a lot about training and training smart and getting good results. That's what I mean. And this is from 2014 Miss Olympia. She came, I believe, in 14th place, which I don't agree at all. I think she should have placed much higher. And she's also like in her late 40s in this contest, so you can see like age really doesn't matter in bodybuilding. I think her physique is very impressive, well built, and you can just tell that this person is very strong the way she built her physique. Very big upper back, very balanced, beautiful legs. This is what I love about the female bodybuilding. She used to compete in NABBA and then moved to IFBB, and she came 1st place at the Toronto Pro. Okay, 10th place we have Katka Kyptova from Czech Republic. And she also competed in strong women. Very impressive competitor, and she was a good friend of Alena Popa, rest in peace. I was a big fan of her as well when she competed and was active in the female bodybuilding. I believe she's still very active in lifting weights, but haven't competed for a long time. So here she is at the Arnold Classic 2011, Arnold Classic Europe. Came in top 5. And she used to include a lot of strength training into her programs. She used to do a lot of deadlifting, squatting, benching, and you can just tell like very strong physique. Here you can see she's squatting like, I think that's over 120 kgs all the way to the bottom with the right form, paused, and then moves on deadlifting, doing a lot of reps. Very strong. And you can see her form is very good. and that's makes a big difference also when you lift heavy weights. You have to lift them with the correct form. Here you can see, yeah, easy weight. I think that's at least 160 kgs there, possibly even more, but makes it look very easy. And this is one of her strongwoman competitions. She's pulling a truck. And 9th place we have Monique Jones, very massive, very impressive female here. I've seen her doing some really impressive things, deadlifting at least 200 kgs. She's benching a lot of weight too, squatting as well. So she knows the importance of lifting heavy weights to become big. I know that for sure, and you can just tell it from her physique. She's been lifting for many years, and the one thing I really like about her, she trains very smart, you know, with a good form, and always does her stretching, practicing her posing as well. And I'm a big fan of her. I really admire, and very motivating to see the way she trains. Haven't been competing now for a while, possibly retired from competing, but still very active in a bodybuilding scene anyway. So 8th place, Anastasia Korableva, originally from Russia, but now residing in Romania. So she usually competes only in Romania Muscle Fest, and I would say from all the females I've seen, she's definitely one of the biggest, most muscular female I've ever seen. And I know she's lifting some heavyweights as well. And I don't think many people understand how much work it takes to build this amount of muscle mass for a female and to be this big. And you can see here, like, her mobility is really good. Like, sometimes she's doing splits, and her posing is really good. Very impressive here. What do you guys think about her physique here? Do you think it's a little bit too big? 7th place we have a legendary Andrulla Blanchette from United Kingdom. Competed many times in the Olympia, won 2000. She's a very well-known competitor, and I've always been a big fan the way she trains. She's a really hard worker, very hardcore stuff. Trust me, I know, I've seen her training videos, and just next level. It just makes you want to lift heavyweights as well. She's done a bit of martial arts, and I believe, like, very unique personality. Like, there's not many competitors like her. It takes a lot of guts to be lifting, you know, heavy stuff, and always to want more and keep training harder and harder. Not everyone has that, what it takes, and Andrulla definitely has it. And when I see this kind of stuff, it really motivates me a lot. Very motivating, and very beautiful competitor too. So I believe this one is from the Arnold Classic, and you can just see the results speaks for themselves. Very impressive physique here, and very beautiful stage presence here. I think Andrulla is one of the greatest female bodybuilder for sure. That's definitely a fact. And you can tell, like, she just loves bodybuilding, and that was her life. What do you guys think about Andrulla as a competitor? I think her structure and muscular development is simply amazing. Okay, so here we have Aleesha Young in 6th place. Very strong and muscular female bodybuilder. I've spoken with her a few times, and she's the type of person who has very good genetics. I believe her father was a powerlifter, and she always used to say that she gains mass very, very easily. And she's strong too. Like, look at her physique here. I would even say like her physique is a good example like how a female bodybuilding should be. Very thick and big looking, strong looking physique. Big fan of her physique, seriously, like. And I think she has very good advantage because her height, she's not very tall, so that makes it easier. Her physique is made for lifting big weights. Here we have Melissa Teich in number 5. Very strong competitor. Like, she's one of the strongest I've seen. She started as a powerlifter, then injured her back, then moved to bodybuilding to rehab her back, and she's done really well. Started, I think, in the women's physique first, then moved to bodybuilding. The judges thought that she had too much size on her, and I think it was a good move. I've seen her lifting some very big weights, very impressive weights, and very impressive physique as well. She done a few competitions, I believe, in strongwoman, or at least she's been training a bit of strongwoman stuff, lifting some stones and axles, stuff like that. Hopefully we'll see her again in the Miss Olympia. Okay, so here we have in number 4, Hunter Henderson. Very strong powerlifter. She's done very, very big squats here. We're talking about at least 250 kgs, even more. She's competing both in powerlifting and bodybuilding in the same time. Competed last year at the Miss Olympia. Unfortunately didn't make it to the top 10, but still very impressive physique, and she improved a lot. She brought more muscle mass. I remember her competing at the Tampa Pro a few years back, and when I compare her physique from that to this show, she has improved a lot. And she has done also some strongwoman training and competing. Here we have a very legendary competitor from Finland, Marja Lehtonen. I've seen her doing some very crazy stuff like squatting and bicep curling, some very impressive weights, and I've heard a little bit about her personality. Like, she loved training like some crazy things. She always loved trying some really crazy things, and she was very passionate about bodybuilding. That was her life, you know, and she just wanted to build very strong and muscular physique. So here you can see her squatting about over 90 kilograms over 38 times. I've never seen anyone doing it, and she's bicep curling this weight for over 40 times. So that's how like she trains, just insane. I haven't seen anyone doing similar type of stuff, and trust me, I know it takes a lot of effort and guts to try something like this. It's a very like a mental game to be able to push yourself to the very limits, but you can tell from her muscles that this woman is very strong. She's done a lot of very impressive stuff not all people are able to do. She's definitely a 1%er. You won't find a lot of females like her, that's for sure, and that's why I call her very legendary, because I'm a big fan of her. Very unique type of person, and she has motivated me a lot in the past years when I've been training and being at the gym, and when I just look at her and see her lifting some heavy stuff and doing some crazy things, I want to try it too. I know not all people agree with this order, and I'm sure if I missed somebody out from this video, please comment below. So in the second place we have Nataliya Kuznetsova from Russia. Very impressive female and known for her insane size and crazy lifts. So according to my information, her bench press is 176 kilograms. Yes, very impressive. And her squat is over 300 kilograms. I have no doubt about it, because the way she's squatting here, I believe that's like over 170 kilograms now for reps, and she makes it looks very easy. Her deadlift is about 352 kilograms, and she also have a very strong grip, and she's done different type of training, and you can tell her physique is absolutely massive, and would be wrong not to include her, even though she hasn't competed much. I believe she's done like few shows in the female bodybuilding, and I know the judges don't scare her, but regardless, she's a very massive, very muscular female, and I think her muscle size is next level. I never seen anyone with that big legs and big arms, and you can just tell she's very passionate about bodybuilding, just lifting heavy weights and being big. But number one, I'm sure not all agree with me on here, but with all the years I've been following female bodybuilding and myself competed in strengths, I know a strong person when I see a one. And here we have number one, Deluca, competed few times in bodybuilding, but when it comes to like raw power, you know, picking up a person from the ground and lifting it up, I know Amber is the right person. She's done a lot of really crazy stuff. She's competed in strong women as well. She's done a lot of strong women training. I've seen her doing some very impressive weights, and as I mentioned before, not all maybe agree with me on this one, but her strength is just different type of strength, if you know what I mean. Like, it's just raw power, you know, and that's why I believe she's the number one. Like, her height, her size is all there, and she scares a lot of men, trust me. Like, she's done a lot of insane things, and I know her ability for lifting just heavy things are definitely there. But anyway, let me know what you guys think. If I missed out some competitor, again, I only included females who competed in the women's bodybuilding only, and that's what it's all about. Like, this is what I'm passionate about. I love seeing strong, muscular females, and especially females who competed in bodybuilding, because that's a different game, you know, that's a different world. Not everyone understands it, and I know you always get haters keep commenting on some very hateful messages, but we don't care, you know. If you can be at least half of the person like they are, then that's good. And I hope you like this video and subscribe for more. Your support means a lot. See you in the next video. Thank you.